In our everyday lives, we always want to start our day with the information that will guide us to the path that we're headed. The dissemination of relevant information is very important in the current situation of our society since we need enlightenment and awareness for us to lead the life that we want for ourselves. And because of this, the newspaper has a huge role to play in our society. The newspaper is an instrument for the people to see what's happening in the world, and it has been part of the lives of the people for centuries and serves as a precaution for the dangers that we might encounter. But aside from the technical facts that it presents, we get advertisements, opinions, entertainment, and other general interest views. It can also be a tool to change the lives of the people who are victims of unwanted situations and predicaments in life.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. R.D. Garcia Vicente. I'm a golden boy because I'm 52 years old. I am an English teacher from San Francisco High School.
What is your profession?
Obviously, I'm a teacher and incidentally the only journalism teacher in high school. San Francisco High School. San Francisco High School is a public school.
Why do you use newspaper in teaching?
Newspaper, actually, I got to handle newspaper every day because I teach journalism subject in my school. And when we talk of journalism, it comprises three aspects. And then we have printed journalism, broadcast journalism, and we have satellite journalism. In this age, we have what we call modern journalism, which is the social media.
How do you incorporate newspaper on your teaching style?
Since I teach journalism, I can't help but show my students newspapers because journalism comprises journalistic writing, and it includes news writing, editorial writing, feature writing, sports writing, science writing, even cartooning, and photojournalism. So it's only through newspapers that I can give my students first-hand information of all the theories that they learn in the classroom.
What made you think on using newspaper as your teaching tool?
Newspapers are cheap. They're very cheap, and we can have them anytime, anywhere. Newspapers are very handy. We can buy them from any newsstands or bookstores or from street vendors. And so I find newspapers as efficient material for my teaching the subject because I can compile them. I let my students bring newspapers also, and they are very cheap. When we are not done with our subject, with the lesson I mean, we can just keep the newspapers and then retrieve them when we need them. Unlike the other kinds of media, like television and social media, which are fast-paced. When you say fast-paced, you know, social media is very pervasive. Pervasive meaning sometimes we are caught upside down. Masyadong mabilis ang social media. Nahihilo ang tao ngayon. So, but with newspapers, it's really a different story because newspapers are hard copies. We can just, as I said, we can just keep them and then retrieve them when we need them. They are very efficient. when I teach this, the different journalistic writing, I can just show or give my students samples of newspapers. They can be broadsheets, tabloid, or newsletters. Sometimes I use magazines because they are also a form of print media or printed journalism. So I find newspapers are very efficient and effective. My students got to learn difficult terms, and I let them underscore the difficult words they meet in the newspaper. And through that, they can also increase their vocabulary levels. I also learn from newspapers. I update myself because I cannot teach well if I have antiquated ideas, old information. So I have to update myself in journalism teacher. Ayan. So ang pahayagan, ang pamamahayag ay naging bahagi na ng buhay ko. Mula noong ako if I may speak in Filipino, mula noong ako ay nag-aaral sa high school, hanggang ngayon, golden boy na ako, 50 years old, newspaper pa rin yung bahagi na. So masasabi ko, isa sa mga bagay na hindi ko makakalimutan na siguro yung channel. Kasi nung ako ay high school pa lang, hindi naman sa pagmamayabang, na-involve na ako sa journalistic writing, being a staffer of our school paper. When I was in college, I was also a staffer. And then nung ako ay nagtuturo na, ako pa rin yung advisor for almost 2 decades na, more than 2 decades. And luckily, halos na busy, I've traveled all the regions in the country because, or through journalism, through the national press conferences. Because apart from being the teacher, I also coach and train students to compete in the district, division, regional, and even national competitions. So, the national press con is being held in different parts of the country. So, if you have a winning student in the region, you've come to visit these places. And that happened to me even until now. My last was in Region 5 when I had a student who won in Cartagena. And for this year, July 30 is our schedule for district competition. Last year, my school hosted yung division level at saka regional level sa press. So, kung meron mang araw sa buhay na hindi ako nagbasa at saka humawak ng newspaper, siguro masasabi ko maswerte na ako kasi lahat naman sa lahat ng araw I deal with newspapers because that's my bread and butter.